war in Ukraine is still raging. May 3rd, 2026, Lyman Front, Signum Battalion, FPV drones patrol the tree lines, the fields, the crossing points. And for Russian infantry, there is no way through. Every attempt to advance is spotted. Every supply run is tracked. Every river crossing is met with a drone already in the air. The soldiers on the ground move in small groups, hide in ditches, press into the brush. It doesn't matter. Signum's operators know the terrain, know the routes, and they don't let anything pass. Watch the footage. You'll see men running, freezing, throwing themselves into cover that doesn't exist. Some raise their rifles at empty sky. Most don't even try. This is what happens when a single battalion controls an entire sector from above. When FPV drones deny every road, every crossing, every moment of rest, how do you even begin to fight a war? An African mercenary in Russian service, running in full panic across open terrain. He knows a drone is behind him. He finds a fallen tree and dives behind it, pressing himself against the wood, convinced it's enough cover. Magyar Birds adjusts, finds the angle, closes in. And this isn't the first time we've seen foreign nationals on this front. African soldiers, Central Asian recruits, a growing pattern of non-Russian fighters being sent to the most exposed positions with no effective counter-drone protection. The African soldier is seen panicking as the drone approaches. The entire moment reflects one of the most desperate scenes on the front line. One pilot, 1 week, FPV strikes and munition drops. Ukrainian 225th Assault Regiment, Black Swan, a compilation of one operator's work on the front. Russian infantry targeted in trenches, caught in open ground, struck while trying to move between positions. Day after day, the same pilot, the same precision. When one pilot can produce this volume of results in a week, how many drone operators does it take to change the outcome of this war? In this footage, several Russian soldiers are advancing in a UAZ vehicle when they encounter a mine. They actually notice the mine, but what do they decide to do? Drive straight over it. They escape without injury by sheer luck, but the vehicle is now completely unusable. This time, a Russian soldier was spotted while crossing Ukrainian defensive lines in the Pokrovsk area. It was later understood that he was attempting to plant a mine. Unaware that he was being watched, a bomb was dropped on him by a drone. Ukraine's 5th Assault Brigade, FPV, drones on patrol, and Russian soldiers on open ground with nowhere to go. Watch the speed of these strikes. By the time a soldier registers what's above him, the drone is already closing in. No warning, no reaction window, no second chance. Some don't even look up before impact. This is what FPV warfare looks like at its most efficient. Not chasing, intercepting. The drone doesn't need the soldier to make a mistake. It just needs to find him. And out here in the open, that part is already done. One after another. Same result every time. What stands out in all these Ukrainian FPV drone attacks is that these soldiers are constantly moving alone on the front line. A routine reconnaissance flight over Donetsk. Magyar Birds drone operator scans the terrain below, then spots a Russian soldier out in the open. The drone turns, accelerates, closes in fast. The soldier looks up. He sees it coming, but he doesn't raise his weapon, doesn't fire, doesn't even try to run. He just watches. Was it the speed of the approach, shock, or something deeper? Exhaustion, fear, the simple recognition that nothing he does will change the outcome. On this battlefield in 2026, when a drone locks onto you, do you even have time to fight back? Or has the war already decided for you? This GoPro footage belongs to an international volunteer fighting alongside Ukrainian forces against Russian troops. In the Serebryansky forest, Russian forces launch an attack on the trench, and a relentless fight to defend it begins. After constant drone warfare, this is what close quarters combat on the front line really looks like. In reality, all of this is essentially blind fire. Shots exchanged in the chaos of a dense, heavily wooded forest, because the opposing side is returning fire with the same intensity. After a prolonged clash, the Russian soldiers on the opposing side fail to advance and are forced to withdraw. This entire engagement shows why drones are used so heavily on the front line, because without them, advancing in trench warfare has become nearly impossible. Two Russian Shadow Fleet tankers, Sea Baby naval drones, closing in at the entrance to Novorossiysk port. Both hit, both out of commission. A single Sea Baby costs around $240,000. The tankers it's hitting are valued in the tens of millions. Black Sea war risk insurance has tripled since late 2025. This isn't just a military strike, it's economics. When naval drone strikes make oil shipping too expensive to sustain, at what point does Russia's Black Sea trade simply stop? Onyx pilots, 81st Air Mobile Brigade, and Russian soldiers hiding in buildings, pressed under wire, running across open ground. It doesn't matter where they are. Every movement is recorded. Every position is compromised the moment it's spotted. Watch how these engagements play out. Soldiers who thought a building offered protection. Others who crawled under wire, hoping to disappear. Some still running when the drone catches them. The drone finds them in every position. No structure, no cover, no escape. May has barely started, and Ukraine's Deep Strike Center is already making its mark. 2 air defense systems destroyed, 2 radar stations gone, 6 airspace monitoring systems taken out, command posts for the Rubicon and Storm units hit, a telecommunications center in Mariupol struck, and a repair base in Kadiyivka eliminated. All of this across Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, and Luhansk in a single coordinated operation. But zoom out for a second. This is the 3rd and 4th air defense elements destroyed just in May. And we're only days in. Throughout April, Ukraine's drone units took out 26 Russian air defense components. The pattern is clear. Systematically blind Russia's radar network, and everything that relies on it starts to collapse. A telecommunications center in Mariupol. 6 airspace monitoring systems. These aren't frontline targets. They're the infrastructure that holds Russian operations together across an entire region. When radar stations, air defense, and telecommunications are all hit in the same operation, at what point does Russia's entire command structure in the south become unworkable? This time, a Magyar Birds drone operator tracks a Russian soldier hidden among the ruins. The soldier stays still, convinced the drone hasn't seen him. It has. The drone closes in fast. By the time he realizes, there's no time left. When staying still feels safer than running, what does that tell you about facing a drone alone? The Kharkiv Border Guard unit just closed out April. And the results are exactly what you'd expect from a unit that never stopped working. Dozens of soldiers removed from the battlefield. Hundreds of Russian drones intercepted. Ammunition depots and fuel storage sites burned across the sector. Vehicles, command posts, troop positions, all systematically hit throughout the month. But the most significant part? 24 electronic warfare systems, radars, and communication antennas destroyed. Eyes and ears gone. Every one of those systems was keeping Russian units informed, coordinated, and dangerous. Without them, entire sectors operate blind. One border unit, 1 month, relentless. When a border guard unit can dismantle this much Russian surveillance infrastructure in a single month, what does the Russian command picture actually look like right now? That's everything for today. Here's where the front stands as of May 3rd, 2026. Over the past day, 116 combat clashes were recorded, while the day before saw 141 intense engagements. The heaviest pressure remains on the Pokrovsk axis, and the numbers alone tell a story. Russian forces launched 47 airstrikes, dropped 151 guided bombs, deployed over 5,300 kamikaze drones, and carried out thousands of artillery attacks. For May 3rd alone, Russian losses climbed to 1,080 personnel removed from the battlefield, bringing the total since February 2022 past 1,334,000. The air campaign continues to expand. In a single coordinated operation last night, Ukrainian drones struck a Russian oil loading port on the Baltic Sea, hit 2 Shadow Fleet tankers near a Black Sea port, and set other facilities ablaze hundreds of kilometers from the front line. Russian officials scrambled to extinguish fires, claiming dozens of drones were shot down. Yet the damage was already done. On the ground, the front holds. The drone war never stops. No position, no vehicle, no moment of rest goes unnoticed. Subscribe for daily Frontline coverage. No agenda, just the footage and the facts. See you in the next one.